Hi there! It's me, Katie, back from work crocheting with you today. How's your week? I hope it's been good. Mine's been ever so slightly stressful with my Awana group this week. A lot of call outs on leaders. But I knew God was going to work it out, and He did. So, yay. We had a missionary come in. There was lots of stuff happening with my Awana group on Wednesday night, but it worked out, and it's all good. We got through the night. I also got, I know, this is not much for most people, but for me it was huge. I got my first comment on YouTube, woo, on a video. So I wanted to address that real quick. This commenter had said that the pattern was difficult and there were things that she just wasn't getting on them. And she was not new to crocheting at all, which is fine. But I wanted to address, if you are following along with this pattern and you have worked amigurumi for, there are different patterns that kind of do it different ways, right? So this particular pattern works up in a continuous round. So if you don't ever hear me mentioning slip stitching to finish a round and then, a single crochet to start the next, that's why. It's a continuous round pattern. It's not a join, start a new one, join, start a new one. So there's that one. What was the other thing she said? That it would have been easier to watch my hands. I get that completely. And if I had the ability to do that right now, I would totally have a second camera on that. However, I haven't quite reached that point yet of being able to get myself a second camera that can focus down on my hands. So I'm hoping to, in the future, be able to invest in that, make it a bit of a better experience to follow along with walkthroughs and things like that. So for that, I apologize. So yeah, that's it. But in regard to the first bit, yeah, I wouldn't call it an easy pattern myself either. It's definitely at least intermediate. So again, if you're not familiar with the terms and stuff like that, because I don't have any tutorials out for you to watch or anything like that, I highly recommend you just doing general YouTube search on it. There are stitch tutorials out the wazoo all over YouTube. Increases was one of them. I did explain what an increase is. It's basically just putting 2 stitches into 1 stitch. That sounded weird. So if you've got your round, say you've got 10 stitches in a row and you're increasing it to 12, you do 1 stitch into each former stitch, but then right there in the middle you would do 2 stitches into 1, and then at the end you would do another 2 stitches into 1, and now you have 12. So that's all an increase is. But again, highly recommend basically any stitch tutorial. If you just type in what kind of stitch you're looking for that you're unsure of, it'll probably bring up a host of them. In the future, I hope to put out some for anybody to find them on my channel. Unfortunately, like I said, I just don't have the capability of having a camera on my hands just yet. All I have is a little kind of webcam-y type cam. That's all I've got. Here we go. Let's try this. Can you see? Camera on camera. See, that's it. That's all I got. That's what I'm working with here, is that little camera right there. So, like I said, I am not super equipped or anything like that. I've got just a little stand ring light off to the side, and I've got a lamp in front of me. Like, I am not super techie here. But in the future, I do hope to have that to help you guys out. Just not there yet. The other thing is, on my last stream, I had mentioned different ways that people do yarn, and some use a yarn bowl, some use a yarn spinner. I am I'm a simple, easygoing kind of gal. The more simple, the better, I guess, in my head. And so I just wanted to show you this because I found it. Couldn't find it for a while. But I found it this week, in fact, last night. This is my spinner. It's even my color. Yay. This is my spinner that I love. It's literally just these two pieces. I picked it up at Hobby Lobby for like $10 or something like that. Maybe not even that. But it's got, I know it's hard to see it on there. I don't know if you even can, but it's got like a ruler here for up to, I think, 4 inches. Yeah, up to 4 inches. If you needed quick measurements or anything like that. It just sits there and spins. It grabs your yarn there if you need to stop or cut off or anything like that. But yeah, all it does, I'll show you, real simple for mine. But all it does is, let's get one that I'm not using. That would be a little easier. Here we go. Use this guy from our Eevee here. Let me unravel. So, if I hadn't been able to find my center string, which I'm just going to tuck in there for safekeeping, and I was working around the outside, so basically I would be using my outside string, and you just pull it, and as you go, it kind of just spins it off. So, yeah, that's my simple spinner. Because then I don't have to work off of a yarn. I don't have to create a yarn ball or buy specific yarn balls because I typically work in skeins. Sometimes big, fat, bulky ones like this guy. There's my big black one. So yeah. Close them up. Did you see Charmander and Eevee hiding down there? So I just want to share that with you. That's what I meant when I was talking about my yarn spinner. It probably has a different name. This particular one is called Yarn Valet. Again, I got it from Hobby Lobby. So if that's something that you're interested in, that's where you can pick that up. That's what I use. For the most part, I pull from the center and work from there because that's even easier for me. Unless there's a giant knot hiding in there, which you don't know about to get into. So anyway, now that we're almost 10 minutes into this video, the second segment session, whatever we want to call it, I don't know. Why don't we go ahead and get started? Today with our Pikachu, we are going to be doing a hip, and a foot, and an arm, minimally. All of that will be yellow. Don't need any other color. And depending on how quickly we get through it, I might just go ahead and do the second with you because they're all pretty small. Let's see. The hips are 8 rounds. The foot is 9 rounds. And the arms are 8 rounds. So yeah, we might be able just to go ahead and knock out all 6. Get the doubles of each of them. If time allots, maybe we'll make a cheek or two, in which case you would need red today. But since I didn't prep you for that, we probably won't get into that. But you'll need it for next time. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and dive in. Once again, as always, I didn't forget this time. This is from oneupcrochet.com. That's where I got this pattern from. Ash does an incredible job with these patterns. They're super cute and they look really good in my opinion, which is why I utilize her Pikachu patterns, or Pokemon patterns rather. And yeah, so if you want, go pick up the pattern from over there. It might print off a little funny. If you can figure out how to make it not print off funny, that'd be great. I have found that you've got to scroll through the pattern because it kind of loads as you go. I think it's just the platform of the site that she uses, but it loads as you go, so you got to load it all in before you print it, and then it will cut off certain parts because of some ads that are in between the sections. So I kind of went back and just hand wrote it in the sections that were missing. on mine. So there's that. And then if you want to support her, she uses a site with a platform with coffee. Pretty sure is how you pronounce it. I went through that last time. So just feel free to do that and help her create more patterns for us to use and get, because she very graciously shares them for free. So yeah, oneupcrochet.com, Ash, get Pikachu, get them all. That was an inadvertent Pokemon advertisement there. Gotta get them all. But if you're doing Pokemon, you gotta get all the patterns too, right? It fits. Okay, I'm done. I'm being silly at this point. So let's go ahead and dive in. So you will want to get your yellow yarn. I got mine. And then I got my hook. Once again, I'm always using a 3.5mm hook. That's pretty much my go-to. But obviously, whichever hook size you're using is what you want to use. It will affect how big or how small your little toy comes out. Alright, so for our hips, we are going to start in our infamous magic ring that we love to use so much. Magic ring, magic circle, whichever you call it. Okay, so we got our ring. We're going to put 6 single crochet into that ring. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, and you want to pull that closed. I'm leaving mine a little loose because of my history with these. I've talked about that before. I can never get it in if I pull it tight initially, and sometimes even then my tension is too great for that first one, and I seem to never learn. So alright, so we are in. So round 2, we are going to increase to 12. So it's going to be 1 increase in each of those 6 stitches. As I said at the beginning, an increase is just putting 2 stitches into 1. So that's 1 into that first stitch, and I'm going to put a second one into that first stitch. And then we're going to do it again in the second one. I'm going to put 2 stitches into that same stitch. So you should have 4 stitches now, having only gone through 2. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. And the last stitch also gets 2. 1 and 2. So now you should have 12 stitches around. And since I distracted myself, I'm going to count 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes. Okay. I'm on it. All right. Round 3, we're going to increase to 18 stitches. Okay. So it's going to be 1 single crochet followed by 1 increase 6 times around. So that's 1 single crochet in the first stitch, an increase in the second stitch, so that's 2 stitches into 1, a single crochet increase. So you should have done 3 stitches, right? We're going to do that 5 more times. So 1 single crochet and 1 single crochet increase. And then keep going around. And 18. Okay, so you should have 18 stitches now. If you work better with a, I tell you, Fridays are the days I forget words. I think I've expended them through the week. Stitch marker. That's the that's what I was looking for. If you work better with a stitch marker, wow. Go ahead and utilize your stitch marker. It's easier for you to keep count that way. We are going to increase to 24 now. This is going to be 2 single crochet followed by 1 increase 6 times around. All right, so that's 1, 2 single crochet, so that's stitch 1, stitch 2. In the third stitch, it's going to be your increase with 2 stitches. And that's 1 set. Okay, we'll read that 5 more times. So 1, 2 single crochet, 1 increase. Last time, 1, 2, and an increase. All right, you should now have 24 stitches. I'm going to increase to 30 and be 3 single crochet, 1 increase 6 times around. That's 1, 2, 3 single crochet, 1 single crochet increase. Okay, I'm gonna do that 5 more times. So 1, 2, 3, increase. We're gonna keep going. Last set is 1, 2, 3 single crochet and 1 increase. You should now have 30 stitches. Oop. All right. This is where I'm going to bring out my stitch marker because on this round we're just going around. 30 stitches, no increasing, no nothing. We're just going around, and then this way I don't have to count. So just 30 single crochet around. Nice and easy. This is going to be our biggest piece of the day. All the rest are tiny. The foot doesn't get bigger than 9, and the arm doesn't get bigger than 12 stitches. That is 12 stitches around. So this is our big guy of the day. On Monday is when we're going to start needing some color. We're going to need red, and we're going to need brown on top of our yellow. Excuse me, I am so sorry. On top of our yellow. All right, that makes 30. Okay, now we're going to make that hip joint. We're going to start decreasing, which is why I'm going to keep my stitch marker because we are not friends. Me and decreasing. I inevitably always mess up somewhere. So decreasing round 7, we are going to decrease 6 times in a row, and then we're going to 18 single crochet around. If you don't know what a decrease is, that's where you're combining 2 stitches. So you'll go into one stitch, yarn over and pull through, and then you'll do it again in the next stitch, go under, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over and pull through all 3 of those loops that you just created. Okay, so that's 1 decrease, so that's going into 1, that's going into 2, now I have 3 loops, and I'm going to pull through. That's decrease number 2. We're going to do that 4 more times. 3, 4, 5, and 6. So you should have 6 consecutive decreases right there. Then we're going to go around 18 single crochet to finish off the round. So 1, 2, 3, 16, 17, 18, and I didn't miss a stitch. Yeah. All right, the final round for this guy is 24 around. We're just going into the top stitch of each all the way around. That's 24 single crochets. Halfway. (22, 23, and 24). All right. Then we are going to pull up my stitch marker here, slip stitch to finish, leave a tail for sewing, clip, clip, snip, snip, leave a tail for sewing, and then that is hip number 1. We will stuff it whenever we go to assemble. You can stuff it now if you want to, but it's going to kind of probably fall out a little bit. I always just wait to stuff till I'm ready to put my stuff together. But yeah, so we're going to end up stuffing that, and that will attach to the side of the body. So that is hip number 1. All right, so let's go ahead and just make the second one. I will walk you through the second one because we have the time today. Now this one I'm going to go slightly faster, just because we have done this already. All right, make myself a little less tense there. All right, so magic ring, 6 single crochet into the magic ring. 3, 4, 5, and 6. You know what's coming next is the increase to 12. I'm going to do 6 increases so I get it into my first. Does not seem to matter what I do. This first one always evades me. I don't know what it is. All right. we're in. Okay. So 6 increases. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You should have 12 stitches, increasing to 18, which is going to be 1 single crochet, and followed by an increase. We're going to do that 5 more times around. 1 single, 1 increase, 1 single, 1 increase, halfway through. And the last one, 1 single and 1 increase. Okay, increasing to 24, 2 single crochet, 1 increase, 6 times around. So that's 1, 2 single crochet, 1 increase. Do that 5 more times. Last time, 1, 2 single crochet and 1 increase. Should be at 24 stitches. Okay, now we're going to increase to 30. So that's 3 single crochet, 1 increase, 6 times around. So that's 1, 2, 3 single crochet, 1 increase, single crochet increase. Maybe that's where I confused people, because I never actually said single crochet increase. I always just say increase. If you're increasing, general rule of thumb is you will be using the same stitch that you've been working around in, unless it states otherwise. But general rule is that's the same stitch you're going to use, if you didn't already know that. All right. Did I increase? I distracted myself again, y'all. Yes, I did. Okay, good. 3 and increase. Last one, 1, 2, 3 single crochet, 1 single crochet increase. Pretty sure I got 30, but I'm going to double check mine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No, I have 1 more. I was off. This is why you count. Or double check your count every now and then. Alright, that makes 30 for me. Alright, stitch marker. We're going to go around 30, single crochet 30 around. If you've watched my videos before, you know I'm a huge Carrie Underwood fan. Today's her birthday. I didn't fully know that because I'm not a stalker fan or anything like that, but it just so happens that she released a new track today, and it made mention that it was her birthday. So how about that? So if you're a Carrie Underwood fan, it's her birthday, if you care. But the important thing is, she released a new track. Well, her birthday is important too. But it's called Out of That Truck. It's fun. It's catchy. I like it. If you like Carrie Underwood, go look it up. Out of That Truck by Carrie Underwood. If I could play it for you, I totally would. See, this is why stitch markers and I aren't always friends. I end up catching them somewhere. I had 2 stitches left before that. All right, 30. Okay, now we're going to do our decrease. To make that hip joint, it is going to be 6 decreases in a row, followed by 18 single crochet. All right, so that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, so 6 decreases and then 18 stitches around. And we are just about done with hip number 2, which means we can then move to the feet, the footsies. (17) and 18. All right, and last but not least, we're going to do 24 around, 24 single crochet stitches around. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oop. (22, 23, and 24). All right, we're going to slip stitch and fasten off and leave a long tail for sewing. Oop. All right, hips are done. There we go. As I drop it. All right, so 2 hips done. Now, moving on to the feet. Okay. Once again, we are starting with our magic ring, magic circle. And you guessed it, we're putting 6 in it. So 6 single crochet into your magic ring. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And you know what? Hold on. I'm going to do my finger break. Stretch. Don't forget to stretch your fingers, stretch your head, stretch your arms. This is a position that, for the most part you're always in. You stretch those arms out, stretch those fingers out. Okay. Tiny breaks, always good. we are going to increase to 9 on this one. All right, so that's going to be 1 single crochet, 1 increase 3 times around. So go into your first stitch. Make sure that center is nice and tight. So 1 single crochet into the first stitch, 1 increase into the second, 1 single crochet increase. Okay, and do that 2 more times. 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet increase, 1 single crochet, and 1 single crochet increase. You should now have 9 stitches. Okay, this is where it's going to get hard, guys. Ready? For 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 6 rounds. We're going to stitch around 9. Obviously, I was being sarcastic. It's not really hard. But that's all we're going to do. We're just going to build that arm up. Or, I'm sorry, foot. It's his foot. We're going to build his foot up. So 6 rounds of 9. Okay? And since they're so small, I'm not going to worry about my stitch marker this time, even though typically I would use it. I am not the biggest fan of tiny pieces that I have to work up. This isn't the smallest one I've worked up. Pretty sure Charmander's toes were smaller. They also didn't really require much working up of, but regardless, it's the small pieces that get me sometimes, that irk my nerves every now and then. That's 2 rounds. Again, if you are a faster crocheter than I am, which you probably are, I've never claimed to be the fastest, or decently fast, but if you are faster than I am, obviously take a break, get a snack, get a drink, do some more stretches, keep that arthritis at bay. All right, that's round 3. 3 more to go for me. Send a text. Tell someone hi. Tell them you love them today. I think it's that I can't stick my finger in the tiny pieces to hold it. That's 4. I think that's what bothers me the most about it. I don't have a super ton of control without stretching it out, because I much prefer holding on to my piece between my forefinger and my thumb, and depending on how tiny they are, I can't always do that. Like this, then I feel it slows me down even more. That was 5. I got 1 more. So, yeah, I think that's where my issue lies. Alright. Double check here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright. So if you're caught up with me here, come back if you're stretching or doing something. Pick them up. Pick it up. Round 9. We are going to decrease. It's going to be 1 single crochet, 1 decrease 3 times around, and that'll finish off his foot. So that's 1 single crochet, 1 decrease, 1 single crochet, 1 decrease, and now it's getting even smaller, less room for me to be able to hold it, then 1 single crochet and 1 decrease. Okay, we're going to close it off. I always like to end with a slip stitch. If you'd rather just knot it off, feel free to do that. But close it off, leave a tail for sewing. Okay, now this piece, so your foot, will not get stuffed. Okay, because what's going to happen once we go to assembly is we're just going to squish it flat. Because, you know, he's got flat feet. Just going to squish it flat, and then we're going to sew across the top once we put it onto our hip joint. So it'll get sewn on flat, like so. Alright, so that's foot number 1. Go ahead and quickly work up foot number 2. Boop. Alright, so we got our magic ring. We're going to put 6 single crochet into that. 3, 4, 5, and 6. We're going to increase to 9, which is 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet increase 3 times. Ooh, that one wasn't so bad. My tension must have been good on that one. So 1 and an increase, 1 and an increase, 1 and an increase. And now we're just going to work it up for 6 rows, 6 rounds, work it in the round. It's not as tight as I would like it. So going around 9, 6 for 6 rounds, build that foot up. And apparently I have a broken nail, or split nail, that my yarn just found for me in my thumb. So yay for that. That was 2. That's 3. It's starting to make me mad now. Keep getting caught on things where I don't get under both legs. Whatever it is, this is where it makes me not so happy. That's 4. I think that was 4. last one for me. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rounds. Good. I'm going to decrease and fasten off. So it's 1 single crochet, 1 decrease. Do that 2 more times. So 1 single crochet, 1 decrease, 1 single crochet, and 1 decrease. So you should end with 6 stitches around. Now we are going to fasten off, leave a tail for sewing, and our feet are done. That was really tight. All right, remember we don't stuff it. We're gonna fold it flat as a pancake. Pikachu pancake. There we go. All right, and last for today, arms. Speaking of arms, stretch mine out. All right. Once again, we're going to make 2 of these. These are only 8 rounds. We're going to have our magic circle, magic ring. Okay, and we're going to put 6 single crochet into it. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. This is going to be eerily similar to the foot. You will find. Okay, we're now going to increase to 9. I mean, it's not really eerie, but it was just fun to say. All right, there we go. In that first stitch, my problem stitch, we're going to increase to 9. So that's 1 single crochet in the first stitch, 1 increase in the second. Do that 2 more times. 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet increase, 1 single crochet, and 1 increase. Should now have 9 stitches around. Okay, rounds 3, 4, and 5. So 3 rounds. We're going to go around 9. Just 3 this time. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 1. So 2 more rounds of that. There we go. And 1 more round. And 9. Okay, So round 6, we're going to increase to 12. Okay, so it's going to be 2 single crochet, 1 increase 3 times around. So that's 1, 2 single crochet, increase in the next stitch. We're going to do that 2 more times. So 1, 2, increase, and 1, 2, and increase. You should now have 12 stitches. Okay, and then for 2 rounds, 7 and 8, we're going to go around 12. So that's 1, 2, 3, 1 round. We have 1 more round. 2, 3, 11, and 12. All right. Now you are going to need a little bit of stuffing for this one, so we can close off the arm. If you have it nearby, yay, go ahead and grab it. If you don't, just listen real quick before you run off to find it. Super simple to finish this off, okay? So you're just going to stuff your arm. I was watching the Super Mario Brothers trailer this morning. Could be good. It's got potential. And just a touch more. Alright, so once you have your arms stuffed, we are just going to single crochet across to close it. Okay? Like it's all stuck in that nail. All the fibers. Gotta clip that when I'm done here. Okay? So once you're stuffed, I'm going to squeeze that top shut, obviously with the stuffing inside. Boop. I'm having a Little Mermaid moment when they're stuffing Sebastian on the boat. Just stuff that in there, single crochet just across the top. So match up those stitches. One. You should, I believe, end up with 6 stitches. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. There we go. And then leave a tail for sewing, as always. And there you have arm number 1. All right, and we're just going to go ahead and finish off the arm number 2. Finish off arm number 2. So we're going to do that one more time. One more time. That's literally all I know of that song. Alright, so magic ring, 6 single crochet into that, 4, 5, and 6. And I only know that part of the song from the Trolls movie. All right, then we're going to increase to 9 from there. Maybe one day, hopefully. There we go. So that's 1 single crochet, 1 increase, 3 times, increase, 1 single, 1 increase, 1 single, and 1 increase. You should have 9 stitches now. Okay, this is the part where we build up. I'm going to pull that center tight a little bit more. So 3 rounds of 9 are next. One, 2, 3. Oh, I'm all stuck inside of everything. Alright, that was 1 round. That's 2 rounds. I now have the tail in my way. Seven, 8, 9. That makes 3. All right, so now we're going to increase to 12. So that's 2 single crochet, 1 increase, 3 times around. Okay, so that's 2 single, 1 increase, 2 single, 1 increase. I'm getting notifications all over the place. And 2 single, 1 increase. You should now have 12. Okay, and we're going to go around 2 times of 12. 2. That was 1. And 12. Okay, now we are going to stuff and single crochet across to close. All right, we are stuffed. We are ready to go across. Match up those stitches just like we did before. And you should end up with 6 stitches. So that's 1. My stuffing's popping out. 2. 3. 4. 5 and 6. And cut your tail, and we are done for today. And then there's arm number 2. So at this point, you should have 2 arms, 2 feet, 2 hips that we all just did today. And then, hold on, suppressing a sneeze. Okay, it's got it. And then we had the body and the head and the ears. We worked up the ears last time, and we only did 1 on camera, so if you haven't done your second one, make sure you get that done by the time we get to assembly. And that's it. So that's where we are today. We did the whole page, y'all. Ta-ching. Now for Monday, we are going to be doing some of the details that will be added onto him. So we're going to do the cheeks and the stripes, and we'll probably hit his tail as well. So for that, we're going to need all the colors. We're going to need red for the cheekies, brown for the stripes on the back. Let's see if I can. There we go. There's a picture for you. So if you see, boop, this way. I'm going to be making these 2 stripes here. So make sure you've got brown for that, and then black for the tip of the tail, as well as, of course, yellow. Always got to have the yellow. It's Pikachu's signature color. So make sure you have all 4 of those colors for next time. And I think that might finish him off, right? The cheeks, stripes, the tail. The tail will be ever so slightly complicated, so be prepared. Just because it's got that zigzag in it. So we're going to work through that. And the eyes would be it. And we might have time for some eyes. If not, then we can do that before we get to assembling. So we might be finishing up Pikachu next week. How about that? We'll see how it all goes on Monday to see if we do assembly next Friday. So that's it for today. All right, so I hope you were able to follow along. Again, if you have any comments, questions, concerns, suggestions, anything like that, always please drop me a comment. Let me know so I can see what I'm doing wrong or doing right, whichever you'd prefer. Just lost my train of thought there for a second. I'm going off. So I will be back on Monday for the next detail parts. If you want to do the Pokeball, again, we did it once already with Charmander, so you could either check that out or I can show you how to do the Pokeball again here. Just let me know. And thanks for following along today. I hope to see you again on Monday. All right, see y'all later. Oh, last plug. Forgot about this one. If you weren't able to join today, and you see this on Twitch later, and you're going to run out of time or what have you, please join me on my YouTube page. Or if you want to get any of the other ones, if you missed the first ones that we did with Eevee and Charmander, or even the first one with Pikachu, because I'm pretty sure that one's coming down today, check out my YouTube channel. It's KT Plays 2022, same handle as Twitch here. And if you're on YouTube and you want to catch me live, so you can join in, ask questions as we go or anything like that, Mondays and Fridays at 11 a.m. is when I go live on Twitch. So yeah, so back and forth, back and forth. That's me. Okay, see you later. Bye!